With Minnesota now in off-season mode, it's time to look ahead at reshaping the roster for 2023 and beyond. Now, over the cap, they've got the Vikings at $24.4 million in the red for 2023, which on the surface sounds rough, but tough decisions to be made all around. Take the emotion out of it and you'll be fine. Now, Adam Thielen's wife made an Instagram story alluding to her husband moving on from the Vikings, saying, quote, "And just like that, the season and our time here in Minnesota might be at an end. Super proud of your attitude this season and always fighting." Disappointing year for him, no longer a viable second option. Even after trading for TJ Hawkinson at this stage in his career, I don't think he's a viable third option either. $20 million cap hit next year, not going to happen. I think he's going to be a post-June 1st cut, in which case the Vikings will save $13.4 million in cap space. And I thought that Dalvin Cook at $14 million, I thought he would be the last post-June 1st cut. However, after thinking about it some more, I think you can trade him if you can get a 5th or a 6th round pick sold, in which case you save $8 million in trading Dalvin Cook. Running backs on rookie deals, that's the name of the game. Now, the last post-June 1st cut, I believe, is going to be Harrison Smith. 33 years old, he did have 5 interceptions this season, which is pretty damn good, but $19 million cap hit. You're going to have to cut corners somewhere. If you do cut him post-June 1st, the Vikings will save $15 million in change. Eric Kendricks doesn't have the same speed and quickness to be a challenger against the pass anymore. That hurts me to say. You cut him, you save $9.5 million. Jordan Hicks, you save $5 million. CJ Ham, I like him a lot, but at the fullback position, more of a luxury. You don't really need it. You save $3 million there. Chris Reed experiment, that was a dud at center. You save $2.5 million if you cut him, unless you decide that you want to have him challenge Ed Ingram for the right guard position next year. I'm going to leave that in the pending box. Add in Ross Blacklock, you shave $1.69 million in cap. Those moves alone for Minnesota, you go from $24.4 million in the hole to $31.34 million in cap space to use. And now for the elephant in the room, Zadarius Smith. $17 million in cap. Second half of the season, he disappeared. I've been leaning back and forth on this. Do you keep him? Do you cut him? I'm not sure, but at this point in time, I would lean on the side of, okay, go ahead and cut him, because if you do, you save $13.6 million in cap. And I like what you have in DJ Wonnum and Patrick Jones II. In fact, those two guys, Wonnum and Jones, next year, 2023, they combined for just over a $4 million cap hit. And if you make this move and cut Zadarius Smith, you go from $31.34 million in cap space up to $45 million. You can go ahead and sign Justin Jefferson to his new contract. And he actually spoke on the matter via Kevin Seifert. He said, quote, "I mean, I will be wherever I'm wanted. If they want me here, I'm here. That's not something that I can really control." And now for pending free agents. So you still got to sign your draft picks, but I would love it if the Vikings were able to bring back guys like Duke Shelley, Austin Schlottman, Khyiris Tonga on the cheap. What? As well as long snapper Andrew DePaula. Now, Patrick Peterson, P2, if you can bring him back on a vet minimum deal, cool. If not, go ahead and move on. I'm not interested in bringing back guys like Garrett Bradbury, Irv Smith Jr., Greg Joseph, or Alexander Madison. Now, with that said, positions that you need to address in the offseason, if you think you've got a guy in the draft that could be your quarterback of the future, go ahead and select him. At running back, you've got Ty Chandler, who last year's draft got a lot of hype. So as far as I'm concerned, now's your time to shine. And you also got Kene Nwangu. Now you need a third running back after that. You can maybe select the guy in day 3 of the draft. Although the Vikings right now, as it stands, they just have 4 picks in this upcoming draft. They're going to trade down, no doubt, to collect more. But you can use a day 3 pick on a running back, or dare I say, to save a pick, keep CJ Ham and use him at running back. Wide receiver, after Justin Jefferson, you got KJ Osborne. He's on the last year of his deal. You've got Jalen Naylor. Technically, you still have Jalen Reagor, but no, he doesn't count. That experiment is over. Wide receiver has to be a priority in this draft. At tight end, you've got TJ Hawkinson and Johnny Munt, so I think you're fine there. Offensive line, center is a need. Now, if you can bring back Austin Schlottman, I'm good with that. But I think you need a guard or maybe 2 to at least compete at right guard anyway. Now, on defense, inside linebacker, after Brian Asamoah, you've got nothing. I believe linebacker as well as wide receiver, that's got to be at the top of the priority list in the draft. After that, you need a slot corner, and you also need a safety. Vikings, you've got 4 picks in this upcoming draft. Trade down in the first, trade Dalvin Cook, get yourself to 6 or 7 picks total, and you're good. Now, my priority from top to bottom, wide receiver / linebacker, whatever you think is first, the opposite goes second. Corner, safety, quarterback, guard. I'll even add defensive line as well, but a lot of tough decisions to be made. I'll give you that. But the opportunities are there to create cap space. Think of the bottom line. What gives your team the best chance to win moving forward? Don't think about it emotionally. Just do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be rough, but it's necessary.